It was just always a way of escape, I suppose. It was a way of making my own place. It was almost like a clubhouse of one, where I could decide the membership, and I could let things in or keep them out. And so for me, it was writing was I don't mean to make too large of a point of it, but it was a way of surviving childhood or protecting yourself from a lot of the darker things that can visit people in childhood. I still largely struggle with that answer, the answer to the question, like, what kind of books do you write? Because they tend to be hybrids of literary fiction, character-driven fiction, mystery, and horror or the supernatural thriller. I think they're all those things, because those are the kind of the books I like that have, can kind of pull off different ingredients on the shelf and mix them together. Well, I think growing up in Stratford, it's interesting. It's on the one hand, it's a peaceful town, it's a pretty town, it's a tourist town with the Stratford Festival there. You sort of think, wow, what's scary about Stratford? But it's a very, it's a town that has Victorian architecture. To me, it's imbued with that sense of the Gothic, and there's a lot of old houses you can easily imagine being haunted with, the one light on in the attic, and this time of year, in the autumn, in Southern Ontario, I find a very particularly spooky time when the imagination can easily run and imagine, sort of wandering monsters or ghouls on the street that look like your neighbor. And so to me, it was a very fertile place for a dark imagination, even though on the surface, it's a pleasant, well-run, peaceful little town. My literary hero continues to be a literary hero of mine. It's Alice Munro, who grew up and still lives in Clinton, Ontario, not very far from here at all. And she, as you know, last year won the Nobel Prize for Literature, the first Canadian to ever win that honor. So, that is a writer writing about this place, living in this place, having grown up in this place, just down the road from this place. And so, there's a prime example of that there's nothing magic or there's no particular advantage to being in a big city as opposed to a small town. The students here are studying my work, which is a great honor. They're studying my work throughout the year, and so I'm here to really answer their questions more than tell them anything. I'd love to hear what they have to say about the work and what makes them curious about it, and what they have an opportunity to put questions to the face, to the face of the author whose work they've been studying. So it's a pretty unique opportunity. Writing will always change in terms of the medium, right? So whether it's books, e-books, video games, well, video games are essentially long-form narratives. As you see in TV now, the rise of cable TV is really more novelistic storytelling. So I think we're always going to continue to have more forms and reliance on storytelling today than we did even 50 years ago or 100 years ago. So I think storytelling is only growing. The ways in which we consume it and communicate it will change. But if you want a career in storytelling, I think there's more opportunities and more avenues than ever before.
Hi, I am Adam Spioni from Avon Maitland Communications. Our AMDSB feature videos give you a creative look at some of the really interesting things going on outside the classroom. If you want to watch some of the other videos in the series, click here. Remember, you could also subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on content that's delivered to you weekly. Thanks for watching.